sending cash to a company building up its stash. You're not an owner, get that straight, you're a creditor. They owe the rate. Interest comes, principal too, if the company can pay what's due. Higher yield may catch your eye, but ask one question. Why? Corporate bonds, lend that cash, get paid interest while the company lasts. High the risk, higher yield may flow, but chase that yield and you better know. Can they pay? Can they pay? Credit risk runs the corporate game. Hey! Corporate interest, taxable pay, federal, state, and local takeaway. Unlike Mooners with tax advantages there, corporate interest gets no special care. Credit ratings help tell the tale. How likely is this company to fail? Investment grade, stronger credit side, high yield junk, riskier ride. Lower the rating, higher yield may go. More risk means investors want more dough. Secured corporate assets stand behind specific collateral of some kind. Mortgage bond, real estate backs, equipment trust, equipment's attached. But debenture means unsecured debt, no specific collateral protecting it yet. It's backed by the issuer's credit and name. Financial strength is carrying the game. So lock this down, don't get confused. Secured has collateral, debenture unsecured. Corporate bonds, lend that cash, get paid interest while the company lasts. Secured or debenture, high grade or low, know what backs it before you go. Can they pay? Can they pay? Can they pay? Can they pay? Credit risk runs the corporate game. Hey! Callable bond issuer gets the right, take that bond back when the timing is right. Rates fall down, here comes the call. Refinance cheaper, that's why after all your money comes back. But here's the pain, now you may reinvest at a lower rate again. Call feature favors the issuer's side, so investors may want more yield for the ride. Convertible, now you get the choice. Common stock rises, conversion finds its voice. Bond into shares, that's the play. Trade your debt for equity along the way. That conversion feature helps you out, so lower coupon may come about. Remember the rule when features appear. Good for the investor, they'll accept less yield here. Corporate bonds, yeah. Bondholder, creditor, interest, taxable, secure, debenture, lower rating, higher yields. Callable, issuers right. Convertible, biggest question, can they pay? While the company lasts, higher yield, don't just taste the bait. Higher return can mean higher risk on your plate. Secured is backed in, debentures don't. Callable means the issuer can, convertible means you won't. Forget who holds the right that day. Can they pay? Can they pay? Credit, collateral, yield and rate, know those four and you're looking great. You're not an owner, remember the code. You lend the company money, that's the corporate bond. Whoa! Can they pay?
That's one. We got one more for you. One more. Sorry about that. You gotta listen to it. It's a new one.
Growth, income, safety. Safety, the Holy Trinity. Growth, income, safety, that's suitability.
If they mention one, you better address it. Ignore what they gave you,
you're gonna miss it.
Client wants growth, give him something that can grow. Client needs
income,
cash flows where you go. Client wants
safety,
protect that money first. The answer has to fit the need, not the product you rehearsed.
Growth, income, safety, the Holy Trinity.
They give you the objective
If they say it, you address it. Growth, income, safety.
Boom. Can you all hear me okay? I hope you can. It should be good. Welcome on. Jeff should be on pretty soon. I don't know where the hell he is. I'm going to dock his fucking pay, baby. Hold on. He's having difficult joining. Sure he is. I blocked his ass, so it's okay. Okay. You should go be singing these fucker things. I have so many of them. Finally, all the shit I wrote down, all the songs and the lyrics and the rhymes that I wrote down, I finally have a fucking way to do it. Okay. So you're going to be suffering through this shit. Okay, here we go. So, Kelsey, I'll get your questions. Keep dropping them, baby. Okay. So, Katie DeHunt. I'm taking my 7 on the 26th. Okay. So you should be watching probably my crash course. Okay. I'd say the crash course, but again, right before the test, do my quick and dirty. That's your best bet. If you do my quick and dirty, the one where I get a sum by a B or the power hour, that's going to be your best bet. But if you're scoring 80s, you're in great shape. I got to say you're in awesome shape with that. I really do. I think you're in great shape with that. Okay, here we go. Okay. Stop. Okay. A put feature on a bond primarily benefits the investor. Because what is a put feature? Okay. Uh-oh. You better get on here, Jeff. Jeff's having difficulty joining. And Houston, we ever have dogs? Guys, stop. Here. These are the dogs. That's dog number 1 that's bugging me. And here we have dog number 2. And that's Teddy. If you ever hear the barking, that's Teddy. He's the nervous one, right? He's the nervous one? Yeah, okay. Now they're going to beat each other up. Okay, now, a put feature is the ability to sell the bond back at par, okay? So if I have a bond and as a put, usually it's for variable rate. So if I have a variable rate demand obligation, that means as the rates go up and down, my coupon, which is the only thing, will go up and down with the current rates, okay? Now what happens is, okay, the best way to think about that is it goes up and down with the current rates. Now, it also has the D part, everyone needs a D, the demand obligation, which is an embedded put option, which allows you to sell it back at par anytime you want. So that makes this long-term bond act like a short-term bond, which could be a question on the test. So keep that in mind. Gumption. Okay, now, light in Spanish is loose. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, now, so who does that help? The ability to sell it back at par would help the investor, not the issuer. Boom. Hope that helps a little bit. And Katie, your scores, your 70s, 80s in Kaplan. Here's a question. Have you done my brutal exams? Also, guys, remember, and you should do this. If you go on my website, series7exam.org, if you go on to series7exam.org, okay, where is it? Do I have it? If you go to series7exam.org, okay, and you have, let's see here, yeah, that one. Go to series7exam.org and you look. I have practice questions. Now remember, I have bond question suitability options. Okay, so now, if you go to the Series 7 full 125 question test, and you do it in exam mode, which means click the button to have the timer. If it gets to the end, you get a bonus. You get another test you can take. If you just do it sandbox mode, you're not going to get shit. If you go to the end, it'll give you feedback on your shit, and it'll give you a brand new test that you can take. And I'm going to add a couple more to that. I'm going to have like 9 or 10 questions. I'm going to have 9 or 10 practice finals out there at some point. Okay. And all really good, give you the same vibe as the test. What if you join on your phone? Okay, off topic. John Davis, stay on there. Okay, Jonathan Poplowski. Well, is that a random number that you're saying that you're thinking the third, or is it with your firm? So if you, again, I mean, how long have you been studying for, John? If you've been studying for like a week or two, then I don't want to hear it because you should be lost. Okay, it starts slow. If you've been studying for like 6 weeks or so, then yeah, then maybe we have a conversation. But if if you're under 2-3 weeks, yeah, it doesn't come to fruition right away. Some people bang this out in like two weeks or so, but not a lot of them. Okay. Okay, I did join the right one. Okay. Did you join the right one? You could join as a guest. I don't text. I don't type. I do everything voice. So it gets abusive because my wife gets mad at me because she says, okay. Okay. Now here we go. Let's go, baby. We got this, baby. You're gonna take this. You're gonna kill this thing. You're gonna rock this thing tomorrow, right? That's the goal, baby. Is that you're gonna rock this thing? Why do these things show up all the time? I don't have any good one for you. Sorry, I wish I had a good one for you. We're gonna rock this thing, okay? So John Davis, John Pope is confused. John Davis is gonna rock it. We're gonna rock this thing, okay? Okay. Now, hope you feel good. Hopefully you're secure. Find my crash course. Go through my brutal exam again. So Jonathan, your big thing you can do. So first of all, John, you're gonna rock it tomorrow. Jonathan, Papalevsky, watch my videos. It'll help a little bit, and then maybe go back and reread the lower sections. You're early on probably. Hold on. So we got that, all right? So the put feature primarily benefits the investor or the bondholder. Okay. Good stuff. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. So which tranche is retired first? Probably A tranche. That's not really a question they're going to ask, but it's going to be the A tranche. If that's what they give you, it's going to be the A tranche for sure. Because it goes A, B, C, D. So the early tranche. So the whole point of a CMO is that it gets rid of some of your prepay and extension risk by carving it out. So the people who want to get paid off in the first 3 or 4 years by the A tranche, people later and later. That's really what they go. So the whole point here is that we are paying off the early ones first. So the A tranche gets paid first. Z tranche gets paid last. Okay. Am I just taking a test with you, Kelsey? Seems like I am. Okay. Eurodollar bonds. So let's go through each one. Eurodollar. Everyone write this down. Eurodollars are U.S. currency in a foreign bank. Currency. You go to another bank. You go to the Bank of Gringotts in London, and you have dollars in there. Okay. You put U.S. dollars in there. You don't want to change it. Why do they do that? Because we are the base currency for the world. Remember that. So we are the base currency for the world. So so we are going to, that's usually most cross-border deals are going to be done in U.S. currency. I want to see what to, okay. Now, so Eurodollars are U.S. currency in a foreign bank. Eurodollar bonds are a U.S. company other than the government issues a bond in another country, but it pays in the U.S. currency because we're the shit. Everything's in our currency, right? Okay. So the whole point is Eurodollar bond is a bond issued from the U.S. pretty much and issued in another country, but it pays in U.S. dollars. Okay. So the people who buy it have currency risk because they're in another country. They're getting U.S. currencies. They have currency risk. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. The Series 7 GOAT. I should do that instead of the Series 7 Whisper. And again, why am I called the Whisper? Because I don't fucking whisper. It's like me being called tiny. I'm not really fucking tiny, but people don't get that. Okay. Okay, here we go. A bond called at 103. Well, you're going to get, if it's a regular bond, term bond, you get 103 plus 6 months of accrued interest. So if you buy a bond at 1,000, if a bond gets called at 103, you're going to get 1,030 plus the 6 months interest. That's how that goes. Okay, you get 1,030 plus the 6 months interest. Hope that helps a little bit. And by the way, if it's a discount bond, like a zero coupon, you're going to get 103% of the accreted value. So imputed value. Okay. You better be singing this shit as we go along. Now, guys. Oh, Alex McDaniel. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to make the song stick. 100%, Matt. I'll get to you. Boom, Alex. Oh, wow. I am so wish Jeff was on here. He loves this shit. So that's awesome. So the past the SEC, SIE, I think I'm getting old. I must be having little mini strokes as I get older. It's just more and more and more. I'm just fucking up words all the time. Here you go, baby, Alex. Since you're 40, you're not old enough to remember the song, but you might like it.
I said the hip hop, the hip it to the hip hop. You don't stop the rocket to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat, and me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to.
Boom, baby. That's outstanding, and I love that you're doing it as a career changer. Jeff would fucking love this, but he's not here because he can't get in. You know those old guys; they can't figure out the technology. Okay. Let's see. Let's go. Matate. Yeah, take one tomorrow and then you're done. But you got your score is 60. Look, they're moving up, baby. They're moving up. That's outstanding. And you passed the Finner 1. To Matt Tate, baby, you are in great shape. You're going to rock this thing. You are going to rock this thing like nobody's rocked in a bigly way. You're going to rock like nobody's ever rocked it before. It's going to be rock. Awesome. Here we go.
I'm gonna take that test like a savage, y'all. It's the Series 7, gonna hold on strong. Like a savage, with a banjo in my hand and the answers in my head. Yeehaw! I'm gonna take the test like a savage. Oh yeah! Filling every bubble and my pencil fly. It's the SIE and I've studied all night. Gonna storm that paper.
Boom, baby. We're gonna nail that thing, baby. Right? 100%. Good. Interesting factoid. You're not screwed. You're not screwed. Okay. Thomas Collier, I definitely can. Okay. Okay, Martina will get on there. Okay, look. Interesting. I don't know if you're screwed, but you're probably you're gonna be fine. Leche. You're gonna be fine. Just Google, you're gonna rock this thing. Tell me where you're scoring and all that shit. We'll go from there. Okay. Okay. I've been studying on and off for a few weeks, but scoring 50s on Notman quizzes. Okay. Well, it's only been a few weeks. Not this Friday, next one. So maybe go to my practice exam playlist. Do some of those. Okay. Oh, I feel honored. Jeff is watching me. Text me your question. Oh, we want to do the question. So he could probably type it in there, but we'll see what happens. Okay. I'm forcing myself to take the essay next Friday. That's good. Take some of my questions on my practice exam playlist. There's like there's a one that looks a lot like the exam. Then we have 2 achievables, a Notman, STC, and the actual FINRA one. So have you done the decope? Have you done the FINRA one on the FINRA website yet? That's the big question. Okay. Okay, guys, quick things. If you need help, I will help you. If you go to my website, series7exam.org, I have it's me and multiple tutors. I have Mike LaRose, who does the SIE, is really good. I have Arseny and Mike Finnan. Last name Finnan. When does it come from me? He's my brother. He helped with all the exams. And then I have Mason for the 79. That's great. Or me. But those guys are a little more cost effective. Cheaper. I'm cost effective. I'm good at what I do. If you don't like my style, I'm too bombastic. Okay. You can go check out Michael Weiss, who runs the Series 7 Exam subreddit. He's at series7examtutor.com. He's really good. And he's about half the cost of me. So it does help. He's in the low 100s. Really good what he does. Super organized, really good stuff. If you need free resources, go to the front page, and I have a button where you can hear all the shit. You can see like all the links I have. I think they're called resources. Who would have thought? I have the three best, right? We have Kaplan. I don't have Kaplan. I don't do Kaplan. STC, Securities Institute American, Achievable. I have links for all of them. I have discount codes for all of them. You can go click them, check them out. Achievable does really good. Achievable gives you like a free peek where you get to try their shit out for a day to see if you like it, and then you can buy it. I have links for that. You get a discount on all of them. If you're struggling with studying, go check out Jeff over on my website. He does custom study plans. He doesn't do the products, so all he focuses on, and he's on here now in the chat, even though he can't figure out how to get on the computer, old man. I think that he is really good. I know he's really good at helping up people set up their study plans. Okay, that's the big thing. He really helps people set up their study plans. Okay. Now, oh, good. You took some of them. How were they, Ray? Were they good? I think they're good. They're interactive, stuff like that. Okay. Ken, I hope you do. That'd be great. $24 a month. Remember, guys, if you do the memberships, do it on a laptop or desktop. Because if you do it on a laptop or desktop, then you're going to get you won't have to pay the extra 30% that Apple charges for that. Okay, good stuff. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my shit. It really helps out the channel a little bit. Okay. Now, Martina, that's like suitability, right? It's mostly suitability and like stuff like that, making recommendations. That's a big part of the test. That's literally the biggest part of the test. It really is. So I don't know what to, that's really, it helps you a lot. If you do if you can work on that, this is what some people do. Okay. Some people, what they do is they put hold on. I'm trying to see if Jeff can come. I'm going to send an invite, see if you're getting it in that way. Because I like having him on here. I miss him. I'm crying in my corner here. Function 3 is all about suitability of the products and what they're for, what they're not for. And that's where you get variances. Like you may get only 10 option questions, or somebody gets 30, which is in the suitability. You may get mutual funds. Somebody else may get a ton of annuities. So it's all in that function 3. Function 3 is 90 questions. You got to know the shit. You got to know what the products are. You got to know that stuff. You have to know that. It kills everyone. Okay? Yeah. Thomas Collier. Let's go, baby. Okay. Why? Yes, there is, Ray Grosvenor. I agree. There is. Buy Gatorade. Okay. Okay. Now, so let's say, Ray, you have 100 shares at 50. Let's say, we'll start with the first one. Say it's a 3-for-1 split. This should be easy. 3-for-1 split. Okay? First thing I do is I do 3 divided by 1. I always do the first number divided by the second. 3 divided by 1 gives me 3. That's my multiplier. I'm going to do 3 times 100, which gives me 300. And then I'm going to do 50 divided by 3, which gives me, I think, 1666. So now I have 300 shares at 1666. So now that's one way to do it, okay? So that I always divide the first by the second to get the multiplier. Now let me try another one. What's a good one to you? Ray, that's a great idea. 5-for-4 split. I like that. It's a 5-for-4 split, otherwise known as a 25% stock dividend. Okay. So I'm going to do 5 for 4. Got that? So I do 5 divided by 4. That gives me the grand whole number of 1.25. That's my multiplier. So I'm going to multiply 100 times 1.25. That gives me 125. And then I'm going to do 50 divided by 1.25. I will never do that in my head. I will do that on a calculator. 50 divided by 1.25 is 40. So now I have 40. Now let's say you go, I don't like this way at all. Fuck you. If you don't like it, screw you. But here's the thing. Say you can get this, you can get the 125 shares. Here's another way to do it. If you do 100 times 50, you get $5,000. If you remember the $5,000, you do $5,000 divided by 125, you're gonna get the 40. That's another way. So again, remember the value never changes. That could be the question. Value doesn't change. So we got 100 times 50 is $5,000. You have the new shares at 125. 5,000 divided by 125 is going to be 40. That's another way to do it. Let's try another one. A reverse split. Great idea, Ray. A reverse stock split. So that's like a 1 for Cinco. 1 for Cinco reverse stock split. So I'm going to do 1 divided by 5. That gives me 0.20. 0.20. So I'm going to do 100 times 0.20. That gives me 20, right? Now I could do a bunch of different things. I could do 5,000 divided by 20, get me 250. Or I can do 50 divided by 0.2, you get 250. 220 times 250 is the same as 100 times 50. Now, as a bonus, I'm going to show you how to do the stock dividends. Let's say it's a 20% stock dividend, okay? Let's say it's a 20% stock dividend, okay? What we're going to do is I'm going to put 1.2. If it was 15, I'd do 1.15. 30, I wouldn't do 30, but 1.3, 5%, 1.05. That's why I would do that, okay? So then all I do is multiply. What would I do? In my case, I do 100 times 1.2, which is 120. And then I'm going to do 50 divided by 1.2. We'll try that. Handy dandy calculator. 50 divided by 1.2. 4166. 4166. Right? Now, the other thing I can do, if I don't like that second way, 100 times 50 is 5,000. 5,000 divided by 120 is 4160. It's hard to do this reverse. I don't know how people do that on TV. I don't know how the weathermen just do that all the time. I guess when you do it every day, you get good at it. Okay. Or I guess people rehearse. I just walk on here and try to spitball. Okay. Good stuff. Great. I hope that helped. Ray, I hope that helped. Okay. Jeff, let me know if it helps. Oh, how would I know? Because Jeff's not on it. I feel so alone and naked. Okay. Guys, don't forget, if you guys, Rexina, how we doing, baby? Okay. Now, Kelsey, thank you for asking questions. It keeps me busy. Gives me shit to talk about. If not, I run out of time, baby. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Well, hold on. Heather, baby. Woohoo! Let's fucking go, baby. Let's fucking go. Here we go. Hope it comes out good. Heather, baby. I love it. I haven't done it in a while. That was all. Baby. Heather. That's what he asked everyone. First time baby, slim fucking duck. I love it. 4 weeks later, nailed the 7. Now, here's my question for you. I ask everyone, because somebody posted on Reddit the other day. Stay off fucking Reddit. Reddit's a shithole. Reddit is an absolute shithole. There's no upside to that. But I go on there to protect people a little bit because I don't want people to spin out. I do feel bad. I have empathy. I may act like a dick, but I'm not a dick. Some people act like they're nice and they're not. Okay. I would say, are there any surprises? Because somebody said, I saw questions on the test that none of the books and none of the videos or none of the YouTube guys show. I ask all the time, are there any surprises? You know what the answer is? No. And if I hear surprises, I put them on there. Okay. Outstanding. We got one more. Hold on. Yeah, decope. Yes, do another one. Okay. Okay. Oh, hold on. It's interesting. Listen, you should leave that on there. We can take a fucking joke. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Heather and Helen, baby. Helen, boom, baby. Fucking love it. Oh, S, go, baby. Jets. Jets. My wife's on the shore with my granddaughter. It's her birthday, so I can yell and scream all I want, baby. So, Helen, baby.
Mama told me not to, I did anyway, misbehaving.
Daddy said don't, but I said I'm gonna misbehaving.
Eyes on the windowsill, swimming in the creek.
Catching crawdads and playing with a stick.
I wore lipstick.
And I got caught shaving. Just 2 little country kids outside misbehaving.
Mama told me not to.
I didn't mean to play it twice. Helen, I'm sorry. If you want a different song, let me know. I just think that's cool. I started watching that show. I love Will Coggins. I love Coggins. He was great. I would have his kids. Okay, hold on. More. We got somebody else. Esther, baby. Okay. Oh. X date percentage on X date. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Same idea. Boom. You passed. working, baby. Not so much. Okay, here we go. The only thing I remember is Libo on. Okay. Okay, let me go. So, Ray, I'll get up on there. Okay. Thomas, I can talk about that. Okay. Okay. October. That's like forever away. That's like, why so far? Why so far away? I know what don't be afraid of the test. If you have it that far, I mean, granted, it is fucking August, so it's only 2 months. But if it's October 1st, we're okay. But if you're talking end of October, it's too fucking long. You're gonna get screwed up. Okay. Hold on. Now, Jeff, the best part is, hold on. I'm gonna get to everyone else, but I have to hit his. Okay. Now, since Jeff, I love the fact that I can put this here and Jeff can't defend himself because he's not on here. Oh, Jeff, the pain. The pain. Can't defend himself, baby. Fucking love it. Okay. Okay. Okay, I role play too, but it's not for study. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Hold on, I'll get there. Yeah, do the FINRA exam. That'll tell you whether you're ready. Okay. Now, love it. Good stuff. Okay. Here we go, baby. Okay, hold on. Kaplan and STC seem to ask question regarding. Yes, I think it's interesting factor. I think it's much more conceptual. Here's what you want to do. Go to my, okay. Oh my God, Columbia House. Jesus Christ. Okay. Go to my, here's the other thing. You want to know where you're going to go? Go to my channel, watch my brutal. I have a brutal exam playlist. Go do those. Then go to my website, series7exam.org. Go on there and do those exams. Now remember, if you guys do my full 125 question test, do it in exam mode. Because then if you get scored, it'll give you feedback and it'll give you a bonus test. If you just do it regularly, you're not going to get that extra test. And that extra test is chef's kiss. Okay. Oh, you've been studying for 2 weeks? Not that bad. Okay, Thomas Collier. Let me handle this one first, okay? I'm about 20 minutes behind on this one, but I'm catching up. I'm not so bad. Okay. Let's talk about different types of retirement accounts. So first of all, I'm not going to go too crazy, but I'll talk about it. Retirement accounts, there's qualified versus not qualified. Qualified means that it's backed by a corporation, it's ERISA covered, and the money goes in pre-tax, gross tax deferred. You take it out, you pay tax on everything. At what? Yes, ordinary income. You pay it at ordinary income. Now, if I have a 401k, I put the money in and it grows tax deferred. I can take it out. When's your earliest I can take it out? Yes, 59.5. I can take it out earlier, but I will pay a penalty of 10% on top of the taxes I pay. That's a thing. Okay. Now, what else can I say about that? So the other things I can say about that are you can borrow against your 401k. So 401k is for like corporations, retirement plan. If you do like a SEP or a KEO, that's for like a self-employed and you have whatever you put for yourself, you have to match for your client, for your employees. A 403b is like for teachers, for nonprofits and teachers. 457 is for firemen, police department, and it's a non-qualified plan, which means you can take it out earlier than 59.5 because we don't know. No, I don't know that we really want 60-year-old firemen and police department running around. IRAs they have a pre-tax contribution. Think of an IRA as like a 401k for yourself. Goes in pre-tax, comes out, it grows tax deferred. You pay tax on everything and takes it out. And remember, anytime you take money out of a retirement account, it is okay. Anytime you take it out of a retirement account, it's taxed at ordinary income, not capital gains. Roth IRA money goes in after tax. It grows tax deferred if it's in there for 5 years or more. And when you take it out under qualified rules, it's tax-free, not tax deferred, tax-free. What's the problem with that? What's the problem with Roth? It's because it's you have to have it under a certain income. So if you make too much money, like over 150 grand a year, somewhere around there, you can't put money in a Roth directly. There's back end ways, but that's not on the test. So the Roth is more for people who make under 150 grand a year. Okay. That's as much as I can really. Oh, variable annuities are non-qualified account, which means the money goes in after tax. It grows, tax deferred. When you take it out, you pay tax on the growth. But you can annuitize. That's if you take it out, right? Ordinary income. If you annuitize, right? If you annuitize, okay. If you annuitize, then I wonder why he can't get on. If you annuitize, then you have then you can get paid at any day. Okay. Hold on. Did you use the link I emailed you with? Maybe you're going on the wrong one. I don't know. See, again, you get to hear everything I say. Okay. There's no football tonight, right? Okay, no. Okay, Cheyenne. Okay. I would still do, well, if you're taking a Friday, I would do exams. Okay. I would do exams until Thursday, like tomorrow. No exams on Thursday. Thursday, you want to go over crunch. If you have STC, go over the crunch time facts. If you have Notman, go over the key concepts. Just take your time. I would do a quick review. Go find my crash course playlist. Make sure you're good on the risks. If you have anything you have to get on, make sure the risks are solid and what the register rep can and can't do. That's your best bet. Okay. There we go. Okay, I'll get to it. Okay. By the way, that's fine. That's what I do. And listen, role playing, like you said, you role play with AI. I mean, that makes me think of something else, but that's fine. I do that too. I tell people, this is what I tell people, to open up the voice. Okay. I tell people to open up the voice. Let me see it like this, right? You have that and hit the voice part. Maybe upload the chapter you're reading, then hit the voice part and go, and just do it. I'm going to do a download on CMOs. Is that okay? And then go back and forth. It'll stop and it'll say, sure. And then it's not going to work because I keep talking, right? So and you say, and then at the end of your little brain dump about that section, say, what am I misunderstanding? And then it'll say, but yeah, you want to upload the chapter to make sure that you get, you want to make sure you upload the chapter to make sure that it gives you the real shit. Okay. So you got a 67, so close. Martina, that's really so close. That's what I'm saying. Just find my suitability stuff. Just focus on the products. That's the thing. If you know the products, you'll get the suitability down. Okay, hold on. Oh my God, you're in great shape. Well, the 68's not great, but the other one's good. Tomorrow morning, just go over the crash course. Don't go. You're not. Hold on. You're not going to read 105-page notes. Okay. Yeah, that's a really bad fucking idiot, Jason. Don't do that. That's going to fucking kill you. Okay. Focus on just the big picture shit. Now, watch my crash course, especially the quick and dirty. But the bigger one is in your book. You said you have Kaplan, since you have mastery. Since you have Kaplan, I would do chapters 13 and 14 for sure. I would do chapters 13 and 14 for sure. Okay. Okay, when are you taking it? Yeah, brush up. Yeah, again, don't sweat it too much. If you're 60s, 80s, look, that's the thing. So maybe it's just the wording on SDC. Go back and do SDC, the number 1 or 2, to make sure to kind of reset everything. Then we go from there. Okay. It's funny. Jeff is trying every single way to get on here. Okay. Jason, I do. Let me put it in there. Okay. And Thomas, I'll talk about the underwriting stuff. Okay. 2 days before the test. Matt, for the most part, risks, investment risks, and the RR stuff. That's your best bet. You really have to do that. Okay. Can I talk about the different underwriting commitments? Yes. Okay. So let's say I'm going public with my company, my cat studio. I'm going to go public. And I hire an underwriter. So first of all, let's change it up a little bit. But let's say we do competitive. That would be more for GO, right? If I'm a GO, I announce, hey, I do an official notice of sale. I'm doing a GO. I'm going to do competitive. What's going to happen is all the underwriters, after they see the notice of sale in the bond buyer, are going to make bid. And I'm going to pick the lowest cost to me, whether it's Nick or Tick or whatever it is. Lowest cost to me. Now, moving on from that, I'm going to remove there. Now, the next part is, okay, what I'm going to do is go to The next part is I'm going to do, then there's negotiated. Negotiated is I already know what underwriter I'm doing and I work from there. Third is I'm going to, if both of those, now we have firm commitment. Firm commitment is where the underwriter actually buys the bonds from you, okay? Firm commitment is where the underwriter actually buys the bonds from you and then sells them with a markup in a way, okay? So they're guaranteed to sell the bonds, okay? Secondly, then we have, okay, then the next one we have is going to be not negotiated, best efforts, where we're going to do the best we can. There we go, okay. Oh, I think I'm almost done, okay. What's not? Boom, that's awesome. Outstanding. I'm telling you, the options class will help. I promise you that. 100%, 100%, 100%. It really will help you for sure. Where can I go, baby? I love it. That's outstanding. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Okay. SIE, don't worry about the hedging too much. We'll talk about it though. Okay. So on the X date, it's the same idea, right? So what you have to know is don't worry about the number. Worry about that they do. So the only orders you got adjusted or bliss. Okay. Now let's say on a stock split, it's the same thing. You do the same fucking thing, right? So it's literally the same idea. So let's say, oh, that was my eraser. Let's say, where's my eraser? Okay. So let's say I have an order to buy 100 shares at 50. Okay. So I have an order to buy 100 shares at 50. Tonight's that's a light night. Okay. Buy 100 shares at 50, right? In order, guys, get your questions in here. I'm only about 5 minutes behind, which is outstanding. So that'll help. Okay. So now I buy 100 shares at 50. And let's say there's a 2-for-1 split. If it's an open order, I will then have buy 200 at 25. That's all they're doing. Just pretend, basically going to do 2 divided by 1, multiply and divide. It's literally just the same as the prices, as the amounts. Okay. But only if it's a GTC or open order. Okay. Thomas, I hope that helped a little bit. Okay. Guys, if you have questions, throw them in there. Okay. I'm doing my SIE studies at the moment. Hedge options are kidding me. Okay. So understand, this is super easy. I won't do the math because you don't need to know the math. But, Kelsey, where are you? Now I want your questions. Okay. Oh, Jason, we're going to get that. Okay. It is an outdated rule. They will not. I'll get you on that one. Let's say I'm long stock. Stay on, Jason. Okay. Say I'm long stock. What do I want to happen, Chris? I want it to go up. So what am I afraid of, though? Because I'm bullish. What am I afraid of? I'm afraid it's going to go down. So I'm going to buy a put. I put. But now I'm going to do this. So now the other part is if I'm long stock and I want income, I'm going to sell a call. Sell a call. Now let me walk through an actual problem within reason. Okay. Maybe I'll just delete this after and not show it if I'm going to actually blow my. So let's say I'm long 100. Thank you, Brian. 100 at 50. I was starting to worry there. Say I'm long 100 shares at 50. What do I want to happen, Chris? I want the stock to go up, but I'm afraid it's going to go down. So I will buy a put. I'll buy a 45 put at 3. Right? So that means even if it goes to 0, okay. If I'll do that 100% now. Okay. Now, oh, that's my Brian. That's my fucking question, baby. Okay. Okay. Now, long 100 shares at 50, and I buy a 45 put at 3. That means even if the stock goes to 0, I get the ability. Okay. I get the ability to sell it at 45. So remember, if I'm long stock, I buy puts to protect, sell for income. So if I'm long stock, okay. Now if I'm long stock, 100 shares at 50, buy a 45 put at 3. If the stock goes down, I get to sell it at 45. So I can't lose more than 5 plus 3, 8. But here's the bigger one. What's my break even? So remember, whenever you see stock in an option, okay? Whenever you see stock in an option, it's always stock plus or minus premium, okay? Now, here's the thing on this. So what do we know? So if you buy stock in an option, I'm going to do stock plus or minus premium. How do I know if I add them? If these are the same, I add. If they're a buy, or a sell, I add. Since they're the same, I'm add. Break even's 53. That's what you're going to ask on the test. They're not going to make you do profit loss. If they do, they're really pissed at you. Now let's say, okay, what's not, baby? Boom, nailed it. Now, what if I'm long stock at 50 and I sell at 55 call at, that was a horrible 3. Good thing you guys didn't see how bad that was. Okay. Yes, Jason, that's good, but hang on. Yes, that or my quick and dirty, the 30-minute one where I got stung by a bee. Now, so let's try this one, Chris. Buy stock, sell a call. That's a covered call. That's for income. What's not? Do you know the answer to this? What's the break even? So if the stock goes up, I'm limiting my upside to 8, but you don't have to worry about that. What's my break even? So look, these two numbers, I add the stock and an option. I'm going to add or subtract them. Since it's a buy and a sell, I subtract. Remember that. If it's 2 buys, I add. If it's a buy and a sell, I subtract. So what's the answer to this one? Drum roll, please. Will what not beat me? 47, baby, because it's minus. How do I know it's minus? A buy and a sell, baby, a buy and a sell. A boom. 47. Okay. You got it. Okay. Luckily, you passed already. So that's the big one, Chris. Now, if I'm short stock, I'm not going to do the math on this. If I'm short stock, I either buy a call or sell a put. Okay, Annabelle, we'll talk. Buy call. If you're short stock, you buy a call or sell a put. So remember that I have a video on it. But look, if I'm long stock, I do bearish option, buy a put or sell a call. If I'm short stock, I do bullish because I'm bearish. Well, buy a call, sell a put. Okay. It's funny. I keep waiting for my wife to come home, but she's not. She's hanging out with some lifeguards on the shore. Okay. We're good with that. She's sending me video pictures, so she's not doing anything. We're boring people. Okay, I will get you. Brian, I will hit your shit in a second. Hold on, let me do this one. First of all, I'm so fucking sorry, Annabelle. It's okay, though. It's not the end of the world. I promise you that, okay? I promise you it's not the end of the world. You're going to get there, okay? So remember this, okay? So keep in mind, okay? The big thing to remember, okay, is it's not the end of the world. You got a 59. Boom. It's again, do you think maybe you were, here's the question. Do you think you were starting to memorize? Okay. Thank you. What's not? That's true. Oh, I'm drowning. Please help me. Okay. Now, do you think you were memorizing some of the answers? That's the question. Do you think you might have been memorizing some of the answers? Okay. So if you were, then that's why. But if you're first time through and you're still getting 70s, something happened. And maybe it's just a word. So next time you do this, okay, next time you're going to go, I want you to do this. I want you, before you, first of all, hope you get another shot. Act like you missed. Don't act like you missed by 12, 13. Act like you missed by 40, okay? So what you're doing is read the book. Watch the videos. If you can, call up the vendor and say, can you reset it like I'm brand new? And go through the whole thing. Act like you're brand new. Don't try to pick apart the easy stuff. Lo siento. Let's see if it works. Lo siento. Let's see if I'm right. Boom. So lo siento, Annabelle. I'm so sad. Okay, so now, again, reread the book. Don't sweat this shit. Now, what do I say when you fail? It's a 30-day problem in a 40-year career. It's not a big deal. 30-day problem in a 40-year career. So Brian, say on there. Jason, yes. I think that's one of the better videos. That plus my quick and dirty, which is there. This can help you a lot. Okay. Oh, the real, baby. That's outstanding. We're going to nail this thing tomorrow, right? We're absolutely going to nail it. There's no doubt in my mind that we're going to nail this thing. I am so confident.
I'm a Series 7 savage, a bad one with a brain, turning volatility into stacks of heavy gain. FINRA tried to check me, now they stuck with a queen, the coldest operator that the market's ever.
I'm so mad that last road was taken off, but I can't make it anymore. I wrote that, but I can't do it anymore. Okay, now, you're going to rock this thing, baby. Okay. Yeah, and what's not, I'll get to you on the other shit. Okay. Now, Yes, a couple quick things. We know, okay, that they will not ask this question. It's gone. Supposedly it won't be on the test until the next. I heard that from Todd. He said it won't be on the exam until October. Okay. That's weird. So you can see the restream, but you can't get on. That's crazy. Imagine if I blocked him or something like that. That's crazy. I'm so upset. That's right. We're gonna figure this shit out. Okay. Now, it's all bad. It's just a bad day all around. Now, so a couple of things. I'm going to handle both of them. The gift rule has changed from 100 to 300. That is an absolute change. Okay. So if you see a question, they will not show you 3 and 1. If they show you both, pick 3. But I don't think they're going to change it. The day trading rule has probably been taken off the exam, the questions, and supposedly it won't be on until next October because they gave until next October for the broker-dealers to implement policies and procedures. But literally every single one of them already has in. I can trade on margin. I can do day trading. My son day trades. My wife day trades. Everyone's day trading because they implemented all of them. And just know, God forbid you're going to see it, you're just looking for intraday margining levels. So the whole point is that with the new margin, what they do is they're not worried about the 25 grand anymore. It's literally just, what's the best way to explain it? They're literally just saying, oh, we're going to do it based on how risky you are. So they're letting the firms kind of decide what kind of risk you have. Okay. So like me, they'll say, no, none, you're an idiot. Okay, here we go. This was on I think this was on my brutal exam. Okay, so let's do the math. I'm going to write this shit down first. You guys talk amongst yourselves while I figure this shit out. Okay, now. Okay, you have a 10. I'll write it down. I have a 10% bond. Par value is 120. The yield is 10%, right? Okay, it's convertible. The ratio is 6-1. The common stock is trading at $15 a share, and it gets called at 150. Okay, crazy numbers. Now, again, if I hold it for 1 year, so these are the information. Boy, that handwriting is fucking horrible, but let's get this done. So this is a great question. This is something you might see on the exam. Okay, now, so and it's a called, I can't write. Okay, here we go, baby. And just remember, it's held for 1 year. So we have a 10% convertible bond, par 120. It is a 6-1 ratio. It gets called at 150, and the stock's trading at 15. The question is, what do we do? Okay. So the question is, how do we handle this? So first thing we have to find out is if they call it, if it's worth it. Okay. So they're going to call the bond at 150, but we have to, when they call the bond, sometimes it's a forced conversion, which isn't in this case. Now, I'm going to say it's at $15 a share. Maybe it's different. We're going to leave it at $15 a share, 6-1 ratio. So if you do 15 times 6, I think that's 90. So if I convert the bond, remember the ratio is how many shares you get. Sometimes they give it to you, sometimes they don't. So the ratio is $15. The ratio is 6 at 15. I think that's 90. So if I were to convert, I would only get $90 worth of stock. But they're calling it a 150. So for sure, I'm going to let it be called. I'm going to tender to the call. I'm not going to convert because that would be stupid, a stupido, to take 90 versus 150. So I'm going to take the 150. That's good. So I bought it at par at 120. I let it go at 150, so I made $30, which is not 30%. I made $30. Can we agree on that? Brian, can we agree that I made $30? Let me know. Now, if I make $30, but then they said I held it for 1 year. If you read the second part of his question, if held for 1 year, that's telling you that you're getting the coupon too. So that's 10%. So now 10% of 120, because that's the par, is 12. So I have a total of $42. I have $42 that I made. How much did I spend? 120. So my total return is 42 divided by 120. 42 divided by 120. 35%, baby. Brian, let me know if that explains. If it doesn't work, I can do it again. But I think that worked. In my mind, it worked, but that doesn't mean it worked in everyone's mind. And the thing is, Jeff's not on here. I wish he could be on here because I could order my pizza to be delivered so I can eat right after this is over. But no, I got to hope the place is still open then. Okay. No, Jeff's got to have tonight of all nights. And we were about to announce a new thing that we were going to do. But now I got to wait for Jeff to come on, so we can't do it. Okay. Now, so again, you heard me. If they shouldn't ask, but if they do, assume 300. Okay. I'll do that one. Okay. Sure. Okay, I got it. Okay. Okay, if we do, we'll work on that. Okay. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. I like it. I love when you guys talk to each other. I'd love to have it where I just watch you guys talk to each other. Okay. Now. Okay, so here's the thing on this. So here's the thing on this, okay? When you're taking the SIE or the 7, and look, if you're fucking rock solid, own it, you'll probably be fine. But most people, hey, look, even though when I did the score, I never got less than a 90 on these things. Most of them are like 95, 98. I never got 100. I wanted one when they gave scores, okay? It would have been, it's a first world problem shit. You know, I get that. But even then, even though I knew this shit, I was like, I passed, but it might have been closer than I thought. Like, I'm always doubting myself because here's what happened. That's why I do the brutal exams. That's why I do the exams on my website, to make you feel, okay? To make you feel, okay, like you're taking the exam. Because I'm telling you right now, they will make you feel like you're failing all the time, even if you're not. I literally had a student of mine. I remember I was driving through Naples. Okay, another first over. I was driving through Naples. I got the phone call. He thought he was borderline. He should have been okay. And he goes, I passed, which is great. And I remember I was driving to Naples, and I remember because he said, I was so sure I failed. I was doing the math in my head, because he was going to get fired if he failed, that if I failed, if I could afford to pay my rent as a barista at Starbucks, at the Bucks of Star. Okay. So, but he passed because he said I was so sure I failed. I had a girl. When they used to have a 2-part test, they came out in the middle. Luckily, it was on 3rd Ave. She was taking it. And right outside my office, she came out. She called me up. I said, I'll meet her. She said, I'm not going back in. Okay. She said, I'm not going back in. That's crazy. That's crazy that it says you're already in the room. Okay. That's crazy. That he can't get in. Huh. Maybe that's why maybe not everyone's seeing it. So Jeff, are you seeing it on YouTube? Are you watching on YouTube also? Okay. Make sure it's on YouTube. Okay. Now, where were we? Okay, back to this. So what they do is the vendors, here's a problem. The vendors make the mistake. And that's why I'm good at this. My questions are closer to the end than anyone else's, okay? I've taken enough times. I get the vibe. I got it. My brutal exams. No one would ever. I don't care what you say with those. I read or whatever. No one comes closer to the real exam than my brutals. None of them. They're not weighted like the exam. The one I'm doing is, but the rest of them are not weighted. They just look like the exam. They give you the idea. Okay. So, and you might see a couple that look a lot like it. I'm not saying they're questions. They're close. The vendors conflate confusing with hard. The actual FINRA writes hard questions. Okay. FINRA writes actual hard questions. Okay. So what they do is the question's good. You know what they're asking. The answers, there's a lot of little things that I've been working on my prompts. Okay. Like one of the things is they give answers that are true somewhere else. So you say, oh, like blah, 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 blah. And one of the answers is elephants have gray trunks. That's true, but it doesn't answer this question. Or part of the question is true, but part of it is wrong. That's bad. Okay. So a lot of times they do that. Or if the math, they give you, like if you do the math wrong, they obviously give you the answer that the math is wrong. So you think it's right and you get it fucked up. So you will feel like you're failing the whole time. The other thing is, remember something. People are negative. Okay. They always think, oh, I'm not getting it right. So if you see an answer that doesn't look perfect, but it answers it, but it's not fucking perfect. Okay. Then what happens is you think you got it wrong. And if that happens 3 times in a row, you think you got 3 wrong and you got probably 2 or 3 of them right. So you feel like you're failing and you get 5 of them in a row wrong. Even though you got probably 4 or 5 of them right, you feel like you're wrong. So you think you start doing it in your head. I had a guy never do this. He wrote down like how many he got wrong. Like he was check marking and he goes, fuck it. I got like 45 wrong. There's no way I passed. He passed. Like he literally counted all of them because there's no way I got over a 60 and he passed. So you don't know. Okay. Also, I need to talk about this because one of my students said their STC professor, somebody, or I don't know, maybe it was Kaplan, said that they curve the exam, okay? That they curve it, okay? That some questions are more than others. That is not the case. It's called equating, okay? So what they do is you're not comparing your scores against other people, not directly. They have every question they have, okay, has a score on it, what people score, what people get on it. The hard ones are not. So if you get an incredibly hard bank of questions, they will true your score up never more than, it's not like if you get a 50, you're going to get a 72. But if you're like 70, 71%, they might bump it up because in reality, they don't actually tell you how many questions you need wrong. We just go 72%, you need 90, okay? It doesn't mean 90, okay? If you get a 72%, you're good. They don't equate it down, they equate it up. So basically what happens, because it's a pass-fail, so what happens is at first when I was going through it, I'm like, well, that would be unfair if you have a score that the people did better and easy to them, they got a better score. But once you're over the threshold, it doesn't matter. Pass-fail, it's binary. It's either pass-fail. So if you do, that's why sometimes people who might have had a really, really hard test pass when they thought they failed because their score was bumped up a little bit because they got hard questions. Each question is not worth more than another. They're all worth 1 point or whatever they are, right? What they're worth, 0.87 point, whatever it is. But if you have a hard, that's why it takes 30 seconds. They equate your level of hardness, that's what she said, against the standard. They do it against the standard, and if it's harder, they bump your score up. Okay. Okay. This is more, so it's not probably that heavy on the exam. Deferred comp is usually not what I call a non-qualified plan for the rich boys, right? It's for the rich boys and girls, the high earners. Here's the biggest thing to remember. It can be pre-tax or post-tax. Okay, the money goes in, but here's the problem. It's actually held by the corporation. A qualified plan is held by a third party like Fidelity, T. Rowe, something like that. So if you have a 401k at JP Morgan, that retirement plan is probably held somewhere else, T. Rowe, Vanguard, whatever. But a non-qualified plan is held by the firm. So if the firm goes bankrupt, like Lehman, you lose your money. That's the big thing about deferred comp, okay? That if you leave early, it's called the golden handcuffs. If you leave early, you can lose some of it, more of it than with a retirement plan. And if the company goes bankrupt, it gets sued, that money becomes part of the assets that can be taken. Now, defined benefit, okay? Defined benefit plan, okay? Remember, a defined benefit plan means you don't know what's going in now, but you know what's getting at the end. Remember, it's like, think of a pension. They say derail. So I tell you, look, if you work for me for 20 years, I will pay you, 20% of your highest 3-year salary for the rest of your life. That's a defined benefit. I'm defining the benefit, but do you give a shit what I'm putting in now for you? You do not. Now, defined contribution, it's not a fixed number every month. It's whatever you put in. You know what's going in every month. You know what's going in. You know you're putting in 4%, 3%, 2%. You can change it, but you know what's going in, but you don't know what's going to be on the back end because it has to grow and it's to be invested, okay? Now, the defined contribution is better for the young folk. A defined contribution is better for young people. Defined benefit is better for old. Like if I go to my town club, they're always looking for people. Not really. I could go there and make like $100,000 a year, whatever. Okay. I work there, make $100,000 a year. Once I spend 5 years there, I will be in their pension plan and I will get 20% of my salary for the rest of my life. That's what the defined benefit does. Defined contribution, I put $5,000 a year into my 401k and I have $20,000 and I can't live on that. So defined contribution is better for younger people. Okay. Hope that helps a little bit. Yes, she's pretending to drown. Okay, here we go. Oreo cookies. So I have a video on that. So I have a video on preferreds. I'll throw it in here. But let's talk about this for a second. So preferred stock is fixed income. It's a bond. It's not a bond, but it is fixed income. It has a fixed preferred. It has a fixed. What the fuck is that? Okay. It is a fixed coupon. Okay. It absolutely pays a fixed coupon. Okay. Okay, now let me. I'm going to try to find this video for you. It's really fucking good. I have a good video. So hold on. Before I do that, Oreo, what test are you taking? Are you taking the SIE or the 7? It does matter a little bit, but let me get into this. Oh, here we go. Series 7 playlist. Oh, shut up. Oh, maybe do it on that one. That'd be a better idea to get it started. Okay. Here we go. This will help a little bit. So this is one of my better videos because I literally just rambled for 10 minutes talking about preferreds. Okay. Yeah, so we'll go on. Okay. Boom. Daryl, I hope that helped. Good. Okay. Or yeah, watch this video that I just put in there. Boom. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay. Now, what's not? I'm telling you right now. Listen to me. You can exercise an option. Okay. Okay. You can absolutely exercise an option if there's a loss. I promise you that. Okay. I'm telling you right now. You can exercise an option. Okay. 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 So understand, preferred stock is a fixed income. It pays a fixed income every quarter. What are the risks? Your risks are, so you buy preferred, watch that video. You buy preferred, it pays a fixed coupon every quarter. If you buy they give you a par value. If it's $100 par, you base it on 6%. You do say it's a 6% preferred, 6% of 100 is $6 a year. If it's 50, it's $3 a year. If it's 25, it's $1.50. About 50. You always take the percentage of the par value. It pays a straight preferred. Your biggest risks are interest rate risks, that the rates go up, your price goes down. Reinvestment risk, when rates go down, you have to reinvest the coupon you're getting at a lower rate because you have to do something with it. Call risk, that they might call it. But again, Oreo cookie, watch that video right now and then see if I'll be still on when you're done and tell me what you think. It's going to help you a ton. It really does help. Okay. Okay. It'll do a better job than my rambling here. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. That's fine. So Annabelle, that's perfect. You have no chance. So my suggestion, and this will cover two birds with one stone a little bit. I say if you fail, okay? If you fail, okay? Now, so Futila, stay on there. I'm going to help you out a little bit. Okay. Now, if you act like you're brand new, if you're using STC or whatever it is, it sounds like you are, go back, call them up and say, please, can you reset it like I'm brand new? Reread the book cover to cover. Don't take a lot of notes. Just read. So really, you should read it. Just read the book, just cover to cover. Don't even take a lot of notes. Watch my playlist that matches up with it. Then when you're done, do the chapter quizzes. Then find my brutal exams and do those. Those will give you a great feel for the exam. Then go to my website, series7exam.org. Okay. Go to series7exam.org and you will see, it'll help you a ton. Okay. There we go. Go to that one and it'll help you. There's an option video, it's options exam, suitability, bonds, and a full one. And if you do the full one, after you're done reading the chapter quizzes, in exam mode where it's timed, you will get a bonus exam. Okay. Okay. Futisha. Okay. So I would keep studying right now, but it would take, if you were taking the SIE or the 66, you can take it on your own. If you were taking the 7, you can't really do it to get a sponsor. So what you can do to make yourself more marketable is go get the 65 or the 60, or get the 66. You can take that on your own. Maybe pivot to that. You can set on your own. You can find a firm to try to take it. But if you're finding a hard time to find a firm, go to New York Life, go to Northwestern, just to get a job, and you can go from there. If you can't find a job right away, I would go get the 66 because you can do it yourself. And then what happens is if you do that, you can get you can retake that on your own, and then it shows you can pass the test, and it'll give people a better idea that you can pass this. So you want to get something out of the way. Like if it's the SIE, you can take on your own. If it's a 7, you need sponsorship. But the 66 is the next exam you're probably going to have to take. So I would take that to make yourself more marketable and say, listen, I passed the hard one. Give me one more chance on the 7. Okay. So Annabelle, I hope that helped a little bit. Your job is to read the book. Read the book, read the book, read the book. That's your first thing. Read the book first, read the book first, read the book first. Okay. Yes, they are. What's not? I'm telling you right now. Yes, the 7 questions are suitable, are very straightforward, but the answers suck. So Brian, so I'm glad that helped. Okay, good. I hope that helps. Okay. Yeah, I think they are. I'm just gonna leave it at that. They're so close to the style exam, and that's why I'm doing the next one. I'm trying to work through it. I may even do it tonight. My wife's hanging out with some lifeguard down there, pretending to drown. Okay. So a qualified distribution from a retirement plan is one of like 4 or 5 things. One, you're 59 and a half. Qualified means you meet the rules. One is you're 59 and a half. That's qualified, no penalty. If for 401ks, that's kind of it. Okay, you can borrow from it, but that's it. But an IRA, if you can take it out for education. Also, not primary home, first time home. The first time you buy a house, you can take some out. Extraordinary medical bills like disability, death, and like adoption costs. You can take it out for that. Certain things, but that's really where we are. Okay. So qualified distributions means you're not breaking the rules. Okay. So on a Roth, if you take it out for over 59, you're 59 and a half, or it's for education or whatever it is, you won't pay taxes or a penalty. It's just you're following the rules. Okay. I'm telling you. Okay. I'm telling you. They make you feel like you're failing so much. It's fucking ridiculous. Okay. Okay. So I would go do my brutal exams. And again, if you want to take other exams, go on my website, the series7exam.org, and do that. And do that when those 2 exams are going to help you a lot. You'll learn. And there's 1 or 2 questions in there that my tutor goes, I don't like the answers. But if you get it wrong, you get it wrong. Just check them out. There's a margin question that sucks. I also do too many margin questions on the one because people worried about margin, so I wanted to see it. Okay. Yeah. And now what's not? I will talk about the exercise and option when you lose. Okay, where it's a thing. So that's why it's a real thing. I get what you're saying, but it's a real thing. Yeah, so municipal taxes, right? So remember something. Remember the big OID you must accrete, right? So if it's an OID, you must accrete, but you won't pay taxes on that growth unless you accrete and then you sell it for more than the accreted value, okay? If you remember, munis pay tax on the federal on the state level, not the federal level, but if you're buying your own state, you don't pay taxes on any of it. If it's a revenue bond, you might, if you're rich, have to pay AMT. Okay, that's the one thing. If it's a revenue bond, you might have to pay AMT. That's about it. And again, OID you must accrete. Okay, OID you must accrete. If it's a muni premium, you have to amortize, but that's it. Corporates and treasury premiums you do not have to amortize. Okay. Good. Now, here we go. What's next? Okay. So let's talk about that for a second. Okay. Oh, I think that's great. Cody, yes, I think you're, yeah, if you can do the live stream, remember, I think I answered you. If you, and I'll get you what's not, I'm going to talk about that. If you, if you can take it, try to get Mark Esposito or one of them, he's the best one there is. If you can take it, the problem is you just started studying, right? So if you can take it, if the only available time is now before your test, then do it now. If there's another one later in the month with Mark or whatever that he's doing, I think that would help. Because remember, it's a review. So the problem is if you're early in the reading and you do it, you're gonna be like, what the fuck's he talking about? Now, to be fair, they let you record it. So then it's, maybe you could rewatch it again. But I do think it's better if you have a little more shit done. Okay. Okay. King of the Jungle. Oh my God, that's outstanding. Let's go, baby. King of the Jungle. I wish I had a good one for you. But I'll give you this one. Boom, baby. Love it. Let's get to see. I love when I see people get the 66 out of the way first, because that's the mind fuck one. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. I would have taught you. Hopefully it was not somebody other than me teaching you, because I would be fucking upset that you cheated on me with the boring one. Okay. Now, let's say, just so everyone understands, okay? Just so everyone understands, okay? Hold on, let me fix this one first. Yeah, just read the fucking book. You got taking the 7 a month. Read the book first. Don't take notes. Get through the materials. Do my membership for the options. It'll help a ton, I promise you. Okay. Now, and for everyone else, if I buy a 50 call at 7, right? If I buy a 50 call at 7, okay? Okay. Brian, I have fucking videos on that, baby. Okay, I'll show you a chart. Boom. Okay, now, it's a hard to do a crash course on options. I mean, but I can talk about them. So, buy a 50 call at 7, right? So everyone knows that my break even, this is for the option thing. Okay, here we go. Okay. 50 call at 7. Okay. Now, if the stock's trading at 55, you're going to lose money because your break even's 57. If you exercise this, you're going to buy it at 50, sell it at 55, make $5, but you spend 7, you'll lose $2. So here's everyone. I want to answer this question. I'm going to do somebody else's something. So if the stock's trading at 55 and it's expiration date, will I exercise or will I let it expire? Everyone answer that question. So I'm asking you, if I buy a 50 call at 7 and the stock's trading at 55, would I exercise the option? Kind of gave you it, but I'm going to leave it up there. Now, okay. Salvador, I don't. I mean, but if I have stuff, if you go to my Cap Advantage tutoring one, I have a lot of stuff, but there's no tests on there. Here's why. I'm not going to compete with a lot of the AI shit out there. There's a bunch of AI people out there that don't do, they're not in the business, but they put a bunch of SIE stuff out there. So I'm not going to try to compete with that on SEO, and it's not worth my time. So I do most of the 7. But if you need more test questions, okay, if you need more test questions, I would go to my practice exam playlist, and the first 5 or 6 videos are just me taking exams over and over and over again. I think that'll help. Okay. I think that's your best bet. Okay. Okie doke. And there it is. Okay, I'm trying to order my pizza as we talk. Okay. Okay. So Brian, I'm going to come back to you at the end. Okay, stay with me. I will work on it, but I'm going to come back to you at the end. Okay. Okay. Who are you texting tomorrow? Okay, Joshua McKinstry. Okay. The green light is really fucking hard. I promise you, the green light is much, much harder than the real exam. I promise you that. It really is. Okay. It's there's no way around that. It is definitely harder than the real exam. Okay, just keep that in mind. That is absolutely harder than the real exam. There's no way around that. Okay, so I wouldn't worry about it. I would make sure you do a quick review of customer accounts tonight. Watch my crash course and then go from there. That's going to be your best bet. Okay. Here we go. I got to order my pizza, right? I got to get this shit done, baby. I got to eat pizza. Nobody's home. It's just what happens. When your wife goes away, what do? You don't sit there and go get strippers. You buy fucking pizza. That's literally what fucking happens. Okay, here we go. Now, here's what I want you to do. Go over customer accounts. If you're taking the 7, I want you to write chapters 2 and 14 on SDC, which are on, or if you're taking the SE, go over risks and rewards. Okay. Now, that's your best bet to do and get a good night's sleep. And again, the green light's really fucking hard. They go out of their way to trick you. Okay. Okay. I think Past Perfect is way harder than the exam. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, you're ready. I'm telling you right now, you're good. If you remember, the baseline is much more like, am I not ready? Go do my brutal exams first. Go do my brutal exams. Tell me how it goes. Okay. We'll go from there. Okay. And, but the Past Perfect, definitely, if you're getting 70s, mid 70s, or even higher on Past Perfect, you know enough to pass. But go do my brutal exams and do the ones on my website, series70exam.org. Do those and come back to your Thursday night. Tell me how it went, even though that's a NASA night. Okay. Well, and that definitely helps you. That definitely helps you. And your scores are solid. Just Past Perfect makes you feel like shit. Okay. So I'm going to end this. Okay. So Brian, I think the U.S. twice. We'll get there. Okay. When the pizza shows up, this is over. So I'll go till then. Okay. And don't anyone call Armenios and tell them to delay the pizza. Okay. I studied for the 7, finish up the book this week, and exam September 5th. Carlos, fucking man up. Let's fucking go. Here's the thing. You're taking it fucking in 2 fucking weeks? You have no fucking choice. Have you done the practice quizzes yet? Reality, man. You got to face fucking reality. Don't think of it. You're so early on. It's so early that you really can just fucking do it, baby. Just do a test. So I want 1 test done before Thursday. And I'm not going to remember Thursday is NASA night, 63, 65, 66. But right now, I want you to take a fucking test, if not 2, and come on, tell me your score. Think of it as exploratory surgery. I want you to go in the test trying to find your weakness. That's your goal. You want to find your weakness. Don't fucking, I know I shouldn't say man up, but fuck it. I'm old. I'm allowed to do that. Fucking just get it done, baby. Just get a test done. Think of it like go in there going, I know you're going to fail. Go into that practice. I know I'm going to fail. I just want to find my weakness. You better fucking come on. You better come on. On Thursday and tell me you took 2 tests. And I don't care if you got a fucking 50. It doesn't bother me. Okay. Oh, then you're good. I know it, fucking. And you're going to feel shitty in the test. As What's Not Who Passed said, you're going to feel shitty. You're going to feel shitty during the test. There's no way around. Okay. Salvador. Okay. 2 weeks. I wish Jeff was here. Okay. 2 weeks. I think you're good. So if hopefully you finish the book, I don't know how. First of all, I'm not going to answer that. How far along have you finished the book? Are you doing finals? I need to know that first. Okay. We'll come back to that. Okay. Okay. I'm glad I make somebody laugh. Most people don't laugh at my shit. Okay, here we go. Okay, AMT is not a hedge against AMT. Munis are not a hedge against AMT. AMT is just like extra. It's not actually extra taxes. There's a whole different thing. It's just you have to pay more taxes. So whenever you do your tax return, they run it 2 different ways, regular and AMT. And at some point, your income goes up and you have to pay the higher tax. But here's the thing. If you buy a muni, a GO or public purpose, you don't pay AMT. But if you buy a revenue, private activity, industrial development, you might have to pay AMT because revenue bonds are very much like corporate bonds. Okay. I 100% agree. Okay. There you go. I know, baby. I know my shit. There's certain things I know, and the Series 7 is one of those fucking things. I'm shitty. I make my life so fucking complicated. I do the better mousetrap every time in my life, but this shit, I make it easy. Okay. No, it is not similar ever. I think it's harder. Miranda. Boom. Okay. Brian, you're going to nail this thing. Hope that helped. Okay. See, that's the thing. I'm too old. I'm too tired for strippers. I'd rather just. The problem is the strippers. You might have to talk to them. I have no interest. I gave up on them a very, very long time ago. They're not my thing. Okay. There goes a light. Boom, the dogs just got hit. That's what happens, dogs. That's what happens for being there. You jockey boys. Okay, here we go. Shut up. Why that's happening. Here we go. Yeah. That's right. Here we go. That won't happen again. La 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 la. Okay. So that's what I should call the live from now. Strippers with pizza. Okay. And when we mean strippers, we mean T-strips, right? That's what we mean. Okay. Green light is so much harder. I'm telling you right now. Okay. Okay. Boom, baby. Oh, Cal, you passed it, right? I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. Boom, baby. I love it. I'm assuming that means you did pass. I don't want to give you happiness are you saying you did pass Saturday or you're going to pass Saturday? Because I like the positive affirmation, but let's go with this one. Let's see what we got. I'm going to assume.
I want to take me to Funky Town. Want to take me to Funky Town. Want to take me to Funky Town.
Okay. Now we'll go back to my boy. Hold on. Okay, halfway done. That's not your game plan. So finish the book. I need the book done by Tuesday. So when you come back on, actually, fuck it. I need the book done by this weekend. Get the book done by this weekend. You're not giving a full week. I need you to done, and I need all the chapter quizzes done by Tuesday. So when you come back here next Tuesday in 7 days minus an hour, you're going to come on and say, hey, Ken, I've done all the practice. I've done all the reading. I've done every chapter quiz so far. And now what do? Now you start taking finals. But I'm not going to give you any information till you come back next week with the book done and the chapter quizzes, baby. Salvador, we're going to get this. Okay. Yes, you're fucking ready, baby. Tell me you're fucking ready. You're 100% ready on this. Why would you call me? You know I'm doing it live, right? No, you know I'm doing the live, right? Bye. Okay. 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 Oh, Cal, I love it. That's awesome. Okay. By the way, yeah, we'll talk. But I love Tampa's great. I have friends that live in, I think they lived in Tampa, then they moved to Fort Myers, but fucking outstanding. Okay. We're probably moving down to Naples or Sarasota at some point. Okay. Now, okay, Brian, I can give you a quick, here's what you're going to do. First of all, you got to watch my videos on that. Second of all, if you're taking the test on the 31st and you're not good with options, spend the $24, join the fucking membership. I'm telling you right now, that's going to be the best thing you could ever do. I swear to God, it's the best thing you can do. 100% the best thing you can do. Hold on. I'm going to send you the link here so you can do it. And I'm going to walk through a little bit, but I'm telling you right now, it's by far, where the fuck am I? See, Jeff would have this down. He's good at this shit. There it is. He has that links ready. He has those links ready. I got to fucking ramble and do this shit while I'm doing it. Memberships. Oh, no, I don't want that. I want this. So there is how to join. But now I'm going to send you to the playlist where you'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe how fucking easy options are. You will literally cry. You will fucking cry how easy they are. I can't stress that. I can't stress that enough. None of that T-chart shit. So if you click on this link that I'm about to put in, it'll take you to my videos, and then you have to join the membership to do it. But let's do a really quick crash course on that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, just get them done, baby. I'm telling you right now, it's very close to the real exam, baby. Okay. Oh, you are a member. Then fucking what are you doing, baby? Get on these options. But let's talk about it. So remember something. If I buy a call, can I share screen? Let's see if I can do that. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. That'll take you right to the right ones. And after about 20, 30 minutes, you'll be like, holy crap, I can't believe how easy it is. Okay. So first of all, let's see if I can do this right. Share screen. See, I told you I'd get to you. Let's make sure it shows up. Okay. So this is my options box, right? Okay. This is the options box. Okay. Now, we're good. Okay. Now, here's your deal in this. So if I am long a call, which is this, buy a call, I have the right to buy 100 shares of the strike. I do not own the shares. I have the right to buy them. I do not own the shares, but I'm acting like I own them without paying for it. Okay, okay. Okay, now, I have the right to buy 100 shares of the strike. I am bullish because I think it's going up. If the stock goes up to 55 and I exercise it, I have the right to buy stock at 50. Now, the question is, it's at 55. So who are those going to sell it to at 50 when it's trading at 55? The seller of the call. That's the other side of the contract. You bought it. I sold it. You paid me $3 or $5 or whatever it is, and I promise to sell you the stock at 50 when you tell me to. So the problem is the stock can go up to forever, so I have unlimited loss potential. So right to buy 100 shares at the strike, that's buying a call. Selling a call, you're obligated. Remember, buyers have rights, sellers have obligations. Okay. Now, if I buy a put, I have the right to sell. That's the one that screws everyone up. I have the right to sell the stock at a price. They buy 100 shares. I have the right to sell 100 shares at 50. That means I get to sell it at 50. Okay. That means as low as it goes, no matter what it is, I can sell it at 50. Now, now that's you. So if I sold the put to you, you paid me for that. So I have to buy it from you if you sell it. If you exercise, I have to buy the call from you, buy the stock from you. So again, if you buy a put, you have the right to sell. That's the one that screws everyone up. You have the right to sell the stock at a price. If you exercise it, I have to buy it from you. So you are bearish and I'm bullish. Remember, whenever you sell an option, you do the only reason you do it is for income. I'm absolutely hoping that the stock will die. I'm hoping that the stock will not move. I'm hoping that not die. I want the option to die. Because if I sell a call, the most I can make is the premium. I want you to think of options, selling options, okay? I want you to think of selling options like it's like if you buy Apple Care, okay? Now, yeah, baby, I love that. All that shit's in there. You will, once you get the basics, my membership will drive you fucking nuts. You'll be so pissed that you wasted so much time to another shit. So you have the right to buy. Buyers have rights. Buyer of a call, buyer of a put has a right to buy or sell. Seller is obligated, okay? Remember, the only reason I ever sell options is for income. Now go watch this shit and we'll go from there. But again, just get the basic, get that chart down. You should have one. It should help you a little bit. That's a crash course, okay? Okay, we got that one down. Oh, I think I made it. Okay, hold on. I agree. Okay, here we go. So Annabelle went from past perfect. Yeah, I'm telling you right now. So, yeah, it's a very much an adjustment. Past perfect for the SIE is, yeah, they love past perfect. And the thing about past perfect is they make the firms, when they do it, promise not to let them use any other vendor, which is fucked up. It's like STC doesn't do it. Kaplan, anyone who has a contract with the past perfect, for some reason, they have a thing where don't use it. And the managers are fucking militant about it. Like I had a girl from Bank of America. Two of them actually, and maybe three now because I saw it. If they work for Bank of America, they change their YouTube name. So when they comment out here, no one knows that they work for Bank of America. It's kind of crazy. Okay. I think we did some damage. Hold on. Boom. I love it. Yeah, I'm telling you, just write that down. Plus the bond triangular seesaw, and you're good. And that's mostly what has to be on there. Annabelle, we're gonna drag you across. I'm telling you right now, we're gonna drag you across this finish line. Yeah, baby. So you may not know what he's talking about here, but you will know if you do my option stuff. Okay, everyone. I think that's awesome. I think we did a great job. My pizza just showed up. How about that? They love me here. They do it quick. I ordered away a lot of pizza. Okay, Gavin. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Oh, Azrin, that's outstanding. Thank you very much. Okay. Boom. I love that. I'm not super knowledgeable. It's all smoke and mirrors. I'm really a dumbass. And by the way, my dumbassery is what makes me so good at this because I'm not condescending. I don't use big words. I don't try to make you see like shit. I don't try to make you feel stupid because, listen, I came into this business. I was a criminal justice major and I just got a job at a hedge fund. I'm somewhat smart, whatever. I was out of college by the time I was like 19 or 20. So I started when I was 17. So I got a job at a hedge fund right away and I was doing stuff and I realized that I'm really not that smart. So I have to teach it in a way that I can understand it. And that's what I do. That's why my options are so easy. That's why my options are so fucking easy because I make them the way I've been trading options, not well, badly since I was 16. So I use by the way, somebody answer me this. What's the problem? If I said I'm trading options since I was 16, why does that sound wrong? Other than the fact that I'm 16 and a moron. Why is that? It's absolutely true, but where is the problem with that? Somebody tell me. Okay. And while you're doing that, I'm going to answer this one. Okay. Actually, so Gavin, what vendor are you using? That's the big thing. What vendor are you using? Okay. Brian, I appreciate it. Okay. I'm beautiful, baby. Okay. My fucking ADD. Okay. Oh, Azron got it, baby. Okay, here we go. So I take my test next Tuesday. Your scores are moving up. They're solid. If that's Kaplan, you're in great shape. Awesome shape. If you're an STC, you're in good shape. Go do, if that's the 7, go do my brutal exams and then go to my website, series7exam.org. I'm just giving shit away for free. Go to series7exam.org. Boom. Okay. And go take them. They'll work. Okay. Don't worry about it, Cheese. Sorry about that. Cheyenne, if you're passing Kaplan, you're gonna be fine, baby. You're gonna be fine. So you should make sure you read. I forgot, Cheyenne. Was it the 7 of the if it's the SIE, go over the risks and reward and risks and then what the register can and can't do. If it's the 7, make sure you read chapters 13 and 14 the day before, because that's customer counts. Okay. Gavin, thank you. And again, if you're doing STC and Notman's definitely more convoluted than exam. They're the king of convolution, so that works. Okay. I'm going to sleep on that one. Okay. It's so much easier. I'm telling you right now, I'm starting a cult, baby. It's gonna be the Series 7 Whisper cult, and we're all gonna go to Guyana and drink Kool-Aid, baby, together. Okay. I think STC is better. I truly, but again, if you have Notman, by the way, for the SIE, Achievable is the best one. I have a link for that. By the way, for the SIE, Achievable is the best, STC, and then the other one is Securities Institute of America. They have great questions and stuff like that. Go check them out. They're a smaller company, but they really do good stuff. And we're starting to go through the books and stuff like that to even make it even stronger. Okay. Because everyone goes, I should write my own shit, but I'm not going to do that. Ezron, you're right. You have to be 18 to trade. So that's why my shit sounds like a lie, but I was trading my mom's account. Back then in the 80s, nobody gave a shit. But the thing is, you got to call them up. There's no way, because there's no internet back then. There is no way that I'm calling up a trader. This 35-year-old trader is probably like retired by now, at 60, and talking like this, and he doesn't know that I'm underage. No fucking way he doesn't know. But they didn't care. They make a commission because you make really good. So what I used to do was, and it should never have worked. Every December, I'd buy Toys R Us calls, and then every January when the earnings came out, the stock would pop, and I'd sell the calls. And I make money. Other than that, I lose money all the time. Okay. Both. Joshua, there's not a pick. If the options are easier to learn, so I would say I would spend time on because the problem is, here's the thing. Probably munis more, but that you can get between 20. Somebody on Reddit was saying that they got 51 options questions. Now, my students, anyone in my membership would run naked in Times Square to get 51 option questions on their exam because it's so big. Okay. Boom, go get that steak, baby. It better be fucking red, baby. If you have a well done steak, you better not. Don't come back here. No, I know it's super helpful. By the way, if you go on Achievable, they have a free one. It's hard. It's really fucking hard. If you go on Notman Marks, KNMOP, they have a free one. And I have if you go on my channel, you can take them with me. Okay. Yeah, that's fucking old, right? It's coming back, baby. Toys R Us is coming back, though. Yeah. So if you go to my practice exam playlist, I have like 5 exams that I do online. You can do them with me. Okay. Not bad, people. We did some damage. Okay, I'm going to play you off. I'm going to play a nice little. What the fuck is that? What is that? Oh, you need less distraction. Okay, we're back to this. Okay. I never know I put on these stupid things. Okay, everyone, I'm going to play. I'm not going to do the bond song even. That's a fucking banger. Here's my suitability one. I'm going to head out. I got to eat my pizza, gain some weight. I'm wasting away here. Okay. I'm almost to the weight where I can go on the fucking trampoline. My daughter won't let me on the trampoline until I hit a certain weight. Down. Okay. Everyone, you'll have a good night. Thank you, guys. I love you guys. See you guys in a week. If you're taking the 65 or 66, go see me on Thursday night, baby. Good night, baby. I love you guys. Adios.
Suitability questions.
3 words rule the game.
Growth, income, safety. Growth, income, safety. The Holy Trinity. Growth, income, safety. That's suitability.
they mention one, you better address it. Ignore what they gave you,
You're gonna miss it.
Client wants
Growth.
give him something that can grow. Client needs
Income.
cash flows where you go. Client wants
Safety.
protect that money first. The answer has to fit the need, not the product you rehearsed.
Growth, income, safety, the holy trinity.
They give you the objective, don't fight what you see.
If they say it, you address it.